So to the black Trump supporters or black people that voted for Trump that claims make America great again, when was America ever great again for black people? Name it. What do you mean by that? Slavery? Jim Crow? Where black people couldn't vote? Where black people couldn't drink the same water fountains as white people, couldn't go to the same bathrooms as white people, they can go to the same stores as white people, they can go to the same barbershops as white people. I mean, segregation, black people couldn't live in a white neighborhood. Like, when was America ever great for black Americans? You guys cannot answer that question. Where black people were getting lynched up trees and people face zero consequences for it. You voted for a man who doesn't like you because of the color of your skin, who is erasing black history, faced a lawsuit because he didn't want black people living in his building. The man has sat down with the white nationalists. Trump has sat down and hangs out with multiple racists and multiple racist white supremacists. He wouldn't even acknowledge Martin Luther King. He's the first president in the United States of America to not do that since 1986. Trump administration kicked this guy out for saying black people are not apes. He only criticized black mayors. He banned a day off MLK Day and Juneteenth. And he's been banning schools from learning black history. And multiple black MAGA and conservatives has been kicked out at Trump administration events or some white events, Christian events going on. And there are multiple times where they've never got invited or they got denied because of the color of their skin. I'm not saying there are zero racists on the left, but every white supremacist voted for Trump. Do you know the amount of times I will have white MAGA men who will come on my live stream, scream the N-word, racial slurs about black people, and, you know, all over live streams multiple times. Trump wanted the execution of those black men in prison, the crimes they didn't commit, and he still has not apologized for it or anything. He has not taken that back. So a black conservative, MAGA, was denied at Charlie Kirk's wife named Erica Kirk event at his own entry at his own hometown. Erica Kirk came to his hometown and he was denied. Check this video out.
And so I had no idea that Erica was coming. And let me first tell you all how I found out. So good of a friend that he's going to be in my wedding. He reached out and was like, he called me. He was like, you'll never guess who will be in Arkansas. He said, arguably the most influential woman in America right now. I'm like, who? And he was like, Erica. And I was like, why did that not even come to my mind? It never came to my mind one time. And I was like, oh, yeah, right. Wait, she coming to Arkansas? No one ever comes to Arkansas. He was like, I don't know. Governor Sanders is going to be holding a press conference or some sort of event with her, and they're going to make a big announcement. I said, well, I think that's a given. I'm going. I'm going to see if there's some sort of public entry, if it's open to the public, and I definitely will be attending if possible. So I walk up to the door, and I'm seeing all these people go in. A lot of young people. I underestimated the amount of young people that will be there. And there was a gentleman, I would say, I would give him no older than maybe 24, was standing to the left side of the door and the entrance. And I remember thinking to myself, I said, it'd be funny if he just singled me out and just walked. Oh, he's actually walking kind of towards me. Okay, he actually is walking towards me. And I was still maybe another 10, 15 feet away from the door. Walks up, introduces himself, and I'm not going to say his name. And he says, hey, man, do you have ID on you? And I was like, yeah, I have ID. And I'm a bit confused because I'm watching all these other people walk freely into the building. So I'm like, why do you need my ID? And even if you needed my ID, why do you need my ID here, right here, 10, 15 feet outside of the door? So Wheatley or anybody else that may have been wondering, Didi, did you record? No. For one, I didn't even get a chance to get inside of the building. They didn't even let me in the building. Phones are allowed inside, and you are allowed to record if you would like. So that was the plan once I got inside. I wasn't allowed in.
And then you say this on your Twitter. On today's show, Erica Kirk spoke in my hometown afternoon. I was excited to join. Maybe I can ask a question or two. Maybe get an opportunity. But instead, I was denied entry. Not sure why.
It was weird. He did. I'm not going to say he had to look in his eyes if he recognized me, but I don't know why he would approach me out of everybody else.
Because you're black, bro. How many times do we have to tell you black conservatives, bro? Charlie Kirk, Erica Kirk, Trump, MAGA, they're racist, bro. Why do you think all these 77 million people voted for a racist white man that faced a lawsuit because he didn't want black people living in this building? You know how racist you have to be to do some stuff like that, bro? You didn't listen. You didn't care. You wouldn't listen to all the white liberals I was trying to tell you he's racist. You wouldn't listen to the black people that they're all racist, and you just wouldn't listen, bro. Now, you finally got your Emerald wake-up call. This is a lesson learned, bro.